Hello, Mythstory and Legends enthusiasts. In today's exploration, we unearth the legacy of Daedalus, a figure whose ingenuity is as legendary as the myths surrounding him. Known as the quintessential craftsman of the ancient world, Daedalus's story intertwines brilliance with the dramatic consequences of human ambition. Join us as we delve into his fascinating creations, complex dealings with royalty, and the touching yet tragic tale with his son Icarus. Early life and background. Daedalus, often hailed from noble lineage, was credited with supernatural skill in architecture and sculpture, stemming from his supposed divine descent. His talents were recognized early in Athens, his birthplace, where he contributed significantly to the city's artistic legacy. But Daedalus's journey was not just one of fame and acclaim. It was also marked by rivalry and dark deeds, particularly involving his young apprentice and nephew Tullus. Tullus, who was remarkably talented in his own right, showed early signs of potentially surpassing his uncle in skill. This sparked a deep-seated jealousy within Daedalus. The myth goes that during a demonstration of his skills at the Acropolis, Tullus drew a crowd that praised his abilities, perhaps even more so than those of Daedalus. Unable to bear the thought of being overshadowed, Daedalus was overcome by envy. In a moment of wrath, Daedalus pushed Tullus off the Acropolis, leading to the young man's tragic death. This act of violence was a stark turning point for Daedalus, revealing the darker side of his genius. It not only marred his reputation, but also forced him to flee his home city to escape prosecution for his crime. This incident highlights the complex nature of Daedalus's character, where immense talent was intertwined with deep personal flaws. His exile from Athens was not just a geographical shift, but a symbolic descent into a life filled with further complexities and moral challenges. Daedalus's creations. As we turn to the marvels crafted by Daedalus, we enter a world where myth and invention meet. Known across ancient Greece not just for the Labyrinth, Daedalus's portfolio was a testament to his extraordinary versatility and foresight. One of his most renowned inventions was the Labyrinth of Crete, a massive complex designed to confine the fearsome Minotaur. This structure was no mere dungeon, but a bewildering maze of such complexity that not even Daedalus himself could escape, had he not known its secrets. But Daedalus's genius did not stop at architectural wonders. He was also a master inventor of smaller, yet no less ingenious devices. Among these were the moving statues, crafted to be so lifelike that they could move their eyes and limbs, and were said to possess the ability to walk among the living. Beyond the realm of the mystical, Daedalus also contributed innovations that were ahead of their time in practicality. He invented the carpenter's saw, inspired by the jawbone of a snake, and was credited with the creation of the potter's wheel, which revolutionized ceramics in ancient Greece. His contributions to the arts were equally profound. Daedalus is said to have designed the wooden cow for Queen Pasiphae, a hollow contraption crafted to help her fulfill her ill-fated love for the Cretan bull. This bizarre and tragic invention again highlights the dual edges of Daedalus's talents, brilliant, but sometimes morally ambiguous. Each of Daedalus's creations was imbued with a blend of artistic elegance and functional genius. Whether it was tools that transformed trades or elaborate contraptions born from the myths themselves, his work left an indelible mark on the fabric of legend and reality. Indeed, Daedalus's legacy is not merely in the objects he created, but in the spirit of innovation and boundary pushing that characterized his every endeavor. His works invite us to reflect on the power of human creativity and its capacity to shape civilizations. Relationship with King Minos. Daedalus's tenure under King Minos was not merely a professional engagement, but a relationship that tested the limits of loyalty, power, and betrayal. As Minos' chief architect and inventor, Daedalus found himself enmeshed in the very heart of Cretan power and intrigue. Minos, a king as shrewd as he was powerful, recognized Daedalus's genius and made extensive use of his skills. This collaboration, however, was fraught with tension as Minos increasingly sought to control and restrict Daedalus's movements, fearing that his prized inventor could share state secrets or be enticed away by rival states. The complexity of their relationship deepened following the construction of the Labyrinth. This architectural marvel was not only a testament to Daedalus's skill, but also a symbol of Minos' harsh rule and paranoia, designed to house the Minotaur born from the queen's unholy union with a divine bull, a secret Minos desperately wanted to keep hidden. Daedalus's position became increasingly precarious after he aided Minos' daughter, Ariadne, and the Athenian hero Theseus. Providing the thread that allowed Theseus to navigate the labyrinth and kill the Minotaur, Daedalus directly undermined Minos' authority and control. This act of defiance marked the ultimate betrayal in the eyes of Minos and led to severe repercussions. As punishment, Minos confined Daedalus and his son Icarus within the very walls of the labyrinth, turning the inventor's greatest creation into his prison. Trapped by his own designs, Daedalus's relationship with Minos deteriorated from one of mutual benefit to one of enmity and imprisonment. It highlights the dangerous games played at the heights of power and the personal costs of such political machinations. Ultimately, Daedalus's story with Minos is a stark reminder of the perils that await those who fly too close to the sun of royal favor, where the wax of fortune can melt as swiftly as it can harden. Icarus and the fatal flight. In the shadow of betrayal, and amidst the tension at King Minos' court, the relationship between Daedalus and his son, Icarus, took center stage. Their saga is not just a tale of ingenious escape, but also a profound father-son story, marked by love, hope, and eventual heartbreak. Confined within the very walls of the labyrinth he constructed, Daedalus was determined not just to escape his imprisonment, but to take his son to freedom. This period of confinement deepened their bond, as Daedalus taught Icarus not only the crafts of invention, but also the dreams of flight. The wings themselves were masterpieces of design and optimism. Daedalus used wax to bind feathers together, gradually forming pairs of wings that would carry them over the ocean and away from Crete. It was a daring plan, one that required precision and caution. As they prepared to leave, Daedalus warned Icarus of the risks. Flying too high would cause the sun to melt the wax, while swooping too low would dampen the wings with sea spray. This advice was not just practical, but also metaphorical, urging moderation and restraint. Yet, in the exuberance of his youth and the thrill of newfound freedom, Icarus grew reckless. Ignoring his father's warnings, he ascended higher, enchanted by the vastness of the sky and perhaps the desire to reach the sun itself. The tragedy unfolded as Icarus's wings disintegrated, casting him down into the blue waters below. Daedalus, helpless, could only watch as his son fell, a painful illustration of the limits of human ambition and the harsh consequences of ignoring wisdom. Daedalus's lament on a deserted shore, having lost his cherished son, encapsulates the dual themes of his narrative unparalleled genius shadowed by personal sorrow. His legacy, thus, is twofold, one of monumental achievements and profound tragedies. The story of Daedalus and Icarus remains a powerful allegory about the perils of hubris and the poignant costs of overreaching, resonating through the ages as a timeless reminder of our own vulnerabilities and aspirations. As we reflect on the stories and achievements of Daedalus, it becomes clear that his legacy is as complex as it is enduring. His impact stretches beyond the confines of myth into the realms of culture, science, and even philosophy. Daedalus is celebrated not only as a master craftsman and inventor, but also as a symbol of the creative and perilous pursuits of knowledge. His story has been adapted through the centuries, each version pondering the moral implications of human ingenuity and its consequences. In literature, Daedalus is often cited as the archetype of the wise yet flawed inventor, a precursor to figures like Victor Frankenstein of Mary Shelley's famed novel. Both characters create with the best intentions, yet their creations inevitably lead to their downfall, reflecting the double-edged sword of human creativity. Daedalus's influence also extends into the realm of science and technology. His myth provokes ongoing dialogue about the responsibilities of creators towards their creations and society. This is particularly relevant today as we navigate the complexities of artificial intelligence, genetic engineering, and other transformative technologies. Furthermore, Daedalus's story serves as a poignant reminder of the personal costs of ambition. His life, marked by brilliance and tragedy, challenges us to consider the balance between our aspirations and ethical boundaries. Finally, Daedalus's narrative continues to be a beacon for discussions on the limits of human endeavor. It encourages a deep examination of our motives and the potential consequences of our actions, serving as a timeless cautionary tale. As we conclude our journey with Daedalus, we are reminded that while he flew too close to the sun, his wings, crafted from feathers and wax, continue to inspire those who chase the sun today, ever hopeful, ever reaching, but perhaps more wary of the fall. Daedalus's life is a mosaic of human creativity, ambition, and the complex consequences that often accompany our greatest achievements. His story, rich in myth and morality, serves as a timeless exploration of the human condition. From his unparalleled innovations to his personal tragedies, Daedalus embodies the quintessential tragic hero, brilliant yet flawed. His tale encourages us to reflect on our own pursuits and the ethical dimensions they entail. It prompts us to question, how far is too far in the pursuit of greatness? As we navigate our own labyrinths of innovation and ambition, Daedalus's story offers a beacon of wisdom. It teaches us about the brilliance and dangers of human ingenuity and reminds us that our greatest strengths can also be our greatest vulnerabilities. What part of his story strikes you the most? Is it his creative genius, his tragic flaws, or perhaps the profound lessons embedded in his myths? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you found this journey through Greek mythology enlightening, please like, subscribe, and click the bell for more legendary tales.